Everyone dreams of living an uncommon life, and the best asset you have to achieve your dreams is you. Welcome to the Uncommon Wealth Podcast. We're going to introduce you to people who are living uncommonly. We're also going to give you some tools and strategies for building wealth and for pursuing an uncommon path that is uniquely right for you.
Hello, everybody. This is Phillip Ramsey with the Uncommon Wealth Podcast. And I'm coming at you another time by myself. We do have guests coming up on the show, so I'm super excited about that. But for this season, I thought it would be easier trying to build a building and all the things on my docket. I feel like sometimes it's just easier to just hit record and rock a podcast. So that's what you're going to get again today. And it's been probably the last 5 or 6 or 7 or 10. I don't know, but hope it's okay that I'm just going to babble on about the reason why I got into this industry. And this came up this morning, actually. I'm not exactly sure what relation he's in to me, but I just had an interview with my cousin's son. Okay. So we're close. We go to vacation every year. Our family does. It's an awesome thing. I've talked about it on the podcast before, but he called me. He's in college. He has an entrepreneur class. And he asked me, he's like, hey, can I interview you for my entrepreneur class? Absolutely, Malachi. I'd be happy to. And so we talked this morning. And he had all these questions, probably 20 of them. But one of them was like, why did you get in this industry? And like, why did you pick the business model and kind of the theme of your company? And it was fun to be able to talk about that. So I'm going to be able to talk about it today. I thought it would be fun to hit record. Here I am. So the reason why is because I didn't feel like there was any good advisors out there that really were in tune to what I wanted. Now, it's not that they weren't good advisors. They're probably amazing advisors, but they felt very cookie cutter. They told me, hey, you need this product, or hey, you need life insurance, you need to put your money in a Roth, which is honestly probably the right answer. But they never asked me like, well, do I like my job? Like, what are my aspirations? What are my goals? What are the things I want to accomplish? They never asked me that. And so I felt a little bit shallow and hollow when I talked to these advisors. And I talked to a couple. One of them in particular, he, at the end of our conversation, it was probably 20 minutes. And I was like, hey, there's a lot that you're asking or wanting here. I just need to think about it. And let me get back to you. And so he said, okay, yeah, that's valid. And so he pulls out this piece of paper and slides it over to me. And I'm realizing, I'm like, oh, it's a LinkedIn. And it's like 5 different people on LinkedIn. I was like, I know all these people. And he goes, hey, this morning before we met, I looked at your LinkedIn profile and I looked at the people that you know that I would like to get introduced to. And I would like, will you make the introduction? And I was floored. I couldn't believe that he had the audacity to do that. Now, and that's probably been trained. So they're probably not at fault of his. He was told to do this. But I took the piece of paper and I folded it up and I was like, hey, these took me a lifetime to gain these relationships. And you've met me for 20 minutes and you want me to introduce you to these people? Like, that's not the way that I do relationships. And so from then on out, I just had this bad taste in my mouth about financial services. And so come to find out later in life, through some experiences that I've talked about before, but pharmaceuticals, getting trained and talking to these doctors and realizing like the people that are training me have maybe a different motive than some of these doctors. Not that they're bad, but they are a for-profit company. And so they're training me to go to these doctors to try to figure out how to sell more of their products for the shareholders. And so after I got out of pharmaceuticals, I was thinking, what other industry out there is a little bit like pharmaceuticals, where they're training these people for a for-profit company to go out and talk to individuals? And I thought, financial services. I've never had somebody who sat me down and asked me like, Phillip, what are your goals? Like, what do you really want to have happen going forward? And not to try to put me into a product, but to actually listen to me and try to help me articulate and craft my future. That was revolutionary. So I was like, I feel like that's what the market needs. And again, the people who know me know I'm kind of selfish. And so I feel like if I need it, everyone needs it. And so that's why Uncommon Wealth Partners, the idea started. That wasn't when the name came out though. So that's really the reason why I got into this industry, because I felt like there was a void in the market. And that void was a financial advisor that you really wanted to go talk to, not because they want to put you into a product, but because they really wanted to give you sound advice on your goals your objectives, and how you wanted to live your life. And as that started articulating, I felt like this whole kind of mantra of like, I think I'm my best asset. It's not some product I'm going to put my money in. It's how has God uniquely gifted me to go out and impact his world and grow his kingdom. And that was when Uncommon Wealth started formulating, is when I started thinking and the Lord started kind of prompting me to like, go and encourage my people to invest in the gifts that they were given and help them be good stewards of their finances. And so now every day, that's what I get to be. I get to go down and sit down with people, ask them what do they want in the future? What are their fears? What are their excitements? Let's get you pumped up again. But let's use your money as a tool in order to unlock the way God's uniquely gifted you so you can go impact the kingdom. And if you woke up every morning and you loved what you did, when would you want to stop doing that? And the answer is never. And so this is where Uncommon Wealth's, I think, philosophy is so powerful, is because we aren't looking to amass all this wealth at the end of retirement. We're looking to maximize our current gifts now to go impact the world, to go get in, to go serve people and all this other things. But we want to use our money to go do that current because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. But what we do know is how we're wired and what gets us excited. And each one of us is very uniquely different. I found that out. Some people want to do this by raising cattle and they love it. Some people want to do this by going professional golfing or doing being a dolphin trainer, whatever it is, or just go hang out with people like I do and help them craft their future. That's the best for the record. Or be a doctor or go use your gifts however you want to do it, right? And then once we can do this, use your money to do that, you love your life and people keep paying you to go do what you love the most. And that energy and excitement is contagious. There's not a lot of people out there that I see that are going from a desk job, 8 to 5, a principal, Wells Fargo, EMC, all these different companies that just love their life. Like, I just can't wait to get in the office. No, they're working for somebody else. And that's why I think a lot of our clients are business owners, or a lot of our clients are trying to figure out what they can create in order to go use their gifts to serve other people. But they're getting paid to do what they love to do. And if you haven't heard my podcast with Nadine Habaker, I did it so long ago, but she was amazing. She's a watercolor artist. And I think one of my questions in there, I haven't listened to it for a while, so I probably should, was, how do you get paid being a watercolor artist? And she's like, oh my goodness. She's like, I love painting and people keep paying me. That's the philosophy that is uncommon, right? It's when we get to go do what we love to do and people keep paying us. And we get to get more and more excited because we feel more and more appreciated. We're impacting more and more people. Now, will there be obstacles and challenges? You bet your bottom dollar. Will it be times way harder than even going to get a desk job? You can bet it. But the fact is, it's way more rewarding. You can control it. And you are learning far more than the person that's just going to work for somebody else. Now, some seasons, they're probably learning more than you. So I'll give you that caveat. But there is something about going and investing in yourself in order to go serve other people that is so rewarding. And that's why we do what we do at Uncommon Wealth Partners. So if this resonates with you and you don't have an uncommon plan, or you are trying to figure out where you're at, just sign up for a 15-minute talk. I'd love to encourage you. It's actually with me, so that's fun. And then let's try to figure out, like, how can we take a next step for you to try to love what you do every day? All right, I'll stop talking. Happy Friday. It's Friday for us. It's probably Monday for you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for always being such a loyal fan base, a loyal listener. And if you're a client, thank you for being a client. You have no idea how grateful I am and how helpful it is to craft this uncommon vision that I have. And there's more to come on that bad boy. So thanks for listening. Even this is an Uncommon Wealth podcast. I've been your host, Phillip Ramsey. Till next time, go be uncommon.
That's all for this episode, brought to you by Uncommon Wealth Partners. Be sure to visit uncommonwealth.com to learn more about our services. Don't miss an episode as we introduce you to inspiring people who are actively pursuing an uncommon life.